In verse 51, and Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. For Elohim said he, this is Joseph, he have made me to forget all my toil in all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for Elohim have caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Listen, the name of the two sons are very, very prophetic. Joseph named his first son, causing to forget. Okay? And then he said the name of the second son, Ephraim, means he causes me to increase in the land of my affliction. Okay? This is prophetic, telling the future of Israel. Because what is going to happen is two things going to happen. Number one, and we're going to see this when we talk about the curses, that Yahweh scattered the children of Israel among the nations.
Right.
Okay?
Right, yes. Yes, indeed.
And there, Israel will multiply.
In the land of their affliction.
In the land of their affliction where they'll multiply. Okay? But watch this. He said, cause me to forget. We as Hebrews have forgotten who our mighty one is.
Who we are.
We have forgotten who our fathers are. And since we don't know who our fathers are, we don't know who we are. So when he named his son that, he said cause him to forget. Okay? And the other one, to increase in the land of his affliction. That's prophetic. Now, when his father, Yaakov, now we in Genesis 48, began to lay his hands, he's going to pronounce a blessing. They would lay their hands on the offspring.
48 and 8.
And they would begin to bless them.
Right.
Now, listen what he says. 48 and 8, Genesis, letter sheet. Israel beheld Joseph's son and said, who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, they are my sons, whom Elohim have given me in this place. And he said, bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them, and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had none thought to see your face, and look, Elohim has showed me also your seed. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it upon Ephraim's hand, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, okay, guiding his hand willingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, Elohim, before whom my father Abraham and Isaac did walk, the Elohim which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angels redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads. And let my name, Yisrael, okay, be named on them, the name of my fathers, Abraham and Yitzhak, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. This is critical. Let them grow as a multitude in the midst of the earth. Okay? And in the Hebrew, what he actually said was that they should be fishes in the midst of the earth. Because fish are the fastest procreation creatures, one of the fastest procreation creatures on planet Earth. Remember, his name means he's going to increase.
When fish have children,
they
lay egg, they have it exponentially.
By the millions, sometimes by the billions. He said they should be fishes in the midst of the earth. This is very, very important language because remember our Messiah. I used to always wonder why is it these men, when they heard this news, Joshua said to them, he said to keeping them, come ye after me, and I will make you fishers of men. It says immediately they cast down their nets and followed him.
They knew exactly what he was talking about.
Because, number one now, you don't find fish on the earth now, do you?
No.
But they're known here, Yahweh is calling them fishes in the midst of the earth. This is what he just said here, okay? There should be a multitude, okay, in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that, his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim. It displeased him, and he held up his father's hand and removed it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is my firstborn. But his right hand was upon his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. This is another place you want to stop. It's a prophetic. Because the Father, again, speaking through Israel,
right,
a prophecy.
Right.
He said here that
Ephraim should become.
Ephraim, his seed should become a multitude of nations. And when you look up in Hebrew, it reads the fullness of the Gentiles. I want you to understand this. It means the fullness of the Gentiles. And there is if we go to, let's go to, help me, Father, Romans, chapter, I think it's 11, Romans 11. Now this word Gentile is goy. It means, in one word, is nation. Okay, and a goy really is a person. The Hebrew mindset, the thought is, it's a person who has his back turned away from Yahweh.
Right.
Okay, that's called a goy. His back is turned toward Yah. He's away from Yah, and that's why the isle of, it's called in Genesis 10. Japheth went to the isle of the Gentiles. So they went away from Yah.
Right.
Their backs turned away. Okay, and so when Yah scattered Israel among the nations, among the Gentiles, they actually lost their identity because we began to mingle. I'm talking about when he scattered the first group, Israel, by the Assyrians. They were scattered among the nations. And there many of them lost their identity.
Right.
Okay? And they're known as Gentiles. Why? Because they're acting like Gentiles. Their back is what?
To the Creator.
It's turned away from the Creator.
Oh, just like the story of the prodigal son.
See, that's what the story of the prodigal son is all about. It's about, who is he talking to when he tells this parable? The house of Israel, right? It's the house of Yehuda.
Right.
And he gave the parable about, the prodigal son, about a certain man had two sons, okay? Mm-hmm. Those two sons were the house of Judah and the house of Israel.
Right.
Okay? Because the kingdom split after
Solomon
died. One house was called the southern kingdom, known as the house of Yehuda, and another house was the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes, was known as the house of Israel. So those are your two houses.
Right.
Okay? And so they were divided. And Yah said he would bring those two houses and unite them back together again. So that house was sold, the house of Israel, the 10 tribes, were the first to go in captivity, and they went in bondage to the Assyrians, and they scattered them among the nations.
Right.
So among the nations, Israel began to act like Gentiles.
They lost their identity.
They lost their identity. And this is why the Messiah was saying things like, why do you think he said among them? He said, go ye into the world and proclaim the good news. He sent them out among the nations. Why among the nations?
Because that's where Israel was scattered.
That is where Israel is scattered among the nations. So this is why he said, I have not come but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
It totally makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Yes.
So all these sayings by the Messiah